Hello everybody and welcome to Forever Red Devils. Breaking news, Manchester United have officially announced the cutting of 150 to 200 more jobs as part of a transformation strategy to try and make the club profitable again after posting losses for 5 consecutive years. And amidst the various different cost-cutting measures INEOS has implemented, including apparently cutting staff lunch from the canteen, a whole lot of redundancies in addition to the ones we saw last year, and expect to see a lot more cost-cutting measures coming up in the upcoming months to try and get us out of a financial, pitfall that the Glazers put us in, and we've been basically hurtling towards ever since. An absolute disaster, really, of a financial situation the club is in, and unfortunately, as usual, it's the ones that aren't responsible for it that are going to really pay. And it just goes to show you how bad the ownership has been and how badly run we've been as a club. To have had the success we've had in the last 25 years and to sit there being so financially absolutely nowhere and to be so unsustainable goes to show the absolute clowns that have been running the club. So let's get into the sort of the press release and have a look at exactly what it's all about so we can kind of understand what the sort of situation is and what it all means. So this is the press release. So Manchester United announced a transformation plan. And it says that Manchester United is to transform its corporate structure as part of a series of additional measures to improve the financial sustainability, and enhance operational efficiency. The main thing over here is as part of these measures, this segment, as part of these measures, the club anticipates that approximately 150 to 200 jobs may be made redundant, subject to the consultation process with employees. This would be in addition to 250 roles moved forward. I mean, imagine we're going to be running the same club with 400 to 450 fewer employees. That's mental. I mean, you kind of wonder, who's going to be left? You know, like really. So in terms of why, Uma Beretta said the following: said we have a responsibility to put Manchester United in the strongest position to win across our men's, women's, LOL, as if they've ever invested into the women's side, and academy teams. We are initiating a wide range of series of measures which will transform and renew the club. Yeah. Unfortunately, this means announcing further potential redundancies, and we deeply regret the impact on those affected colleagues. However, those hard choices are necessary to put the club back on a stable financial footing. He says, we have lost money for the past 5 consecutive years. This cannot continue. Our two main priorities are delivering success on the pitch for our fans and improving our facilities. We cannot invest these objectives if we are continuously losing money. Well, here's the thoughts. Stop paying out of your asses for mediocre players. Stop selling players for next to nothing. Stop giving players ridiculous amount of wages when they haven't earned them. And maybe start actually investing in decent managers, which you don't have to then pay £50 million to sack. Maybe and stop bringing in like a footballing structure, which you then also pay money to then sack people, members of it. How about we just start making some decent decisions and we could probably save all the money that we're going to save with all these different jobs and stuff. I mean, £15 million on the sacking of Dan Ashworth, Erik ten Hag, and the likes of that. You think of what the combined cost of all those jobs are going to be, and probably less than that. You think of what Anthony costs. You think of what the wages that some of these players are. Casemiro being on £350,000 a week. That's £1.4 million a month. And now we're going to be making all these redundancies and removing people from the club who have been there for years and years. And I'm not saying, we shouldn't be looking at trying to restructure the club. And I'm not saying, we shouldn't be looking to try and cost cut and try and make it a lot more efficient. Obviously, it's been run badly. We need to do that. But it's just such a bad look, isn't it? When, you look at how bad financial decisions we've made and so blatant financial decisions we've made in the past few years. And then the decision then to fix that is to then go and sack people who've been at the club for years. And again, it's the people at the lowest levels, that aren't responsible for the money that's been ill spent, that aren't responsible for the performance on the pitch, and it just goes to show how badly of a club it's been run. And hopefully in 2-3 years time we're operating with a club that is functioning as well as it should be. I don't exactly get the warm fuzzy feelings regarding INEOS. I don't get the feeling that is going to be the case in a few years' time. But it is what it is. And again, really feel sorry for the people that put their life and soul into the club that are now going to get made redundant. And hopefully, we start in doing this process to uncover a lot of the roots of the issues, and the cost cutting can't just be that. We've got to start paying market related wages. We've got to start paying inflated transfer fees. We've got to start. I mean, the frustrating thing is, for example, it's things like apparently the under 18s are not going to be playing at Old Trafford in the FA Youth Cup, and instead we'll be playing Leeds Sports Village to save £8,000. I mean, come on, people. Surely we are a club of the stature where we can play at Old Trafford for £8,000. I mean, come on. As I said, you've got players who are earning almost 1,000 times that in a month. You know, like not quite 1,000, 100,000. That generally is about 100,000 times that. 100,000, £80,000 people are literally getting that kind of wages at United as players, and yet we can't, give that to our youth. So it's not great. It's not a great look. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments below. And do you think this is the right decision? Do you think we're moving forward? Do you think that INEOS can be trusted to really try and stabilize things, or do you think that this is just going to be one of those things where we'll see this all happening and we won't actually see much actual difference in 2-3 years time? Let me know down in the comments below.